Meine Damen und Herren, die letzte Vorführung des heutigen Tages steht an. So lange haben wir noch nie gesendet, so viele haben wir noch nicht präsentiert wie an diesem Donnerstag auf der Interschutz 2015. Sie wissen ja, die Schwerpunkte Brandschutz, Katastrophenschutz, natürlich auch Sicherheit und Rettung. Das sind die Themenschwerpunkte. Und ich freue mich, dass ich einen letzten Gesprächspartner auch jetzt zur späten Nachmittagsstunde bei mir habe. It's nice to have you here. Anders Philipsen, welcome here at our show.
Thank you very much.
You're coming from the company Environment Solutions Apps. What is this for a company? Where do you come from and what are you producing?
Environment Solutions comes from Denmark, and our focus is flood protection. What we're going to illustrate today is a very effective way to protect flooding by the use of our NoFloods barrier. Compared to other systems, what we're going to focus on today is long-distance flood protection. The advantage about this system is that we can deploy tubes in up to 200-meter sections. Then we can put along with another 200 meter, another 200 meter, and just filling from one access point. Unfortunately, we don't have that much space here, so what we're going to show is a 30-meter flood barrier, our smaller system called Interschutz 60. We have bigger variants, but I'll explain that a little bit later.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, wir gucken uns das ein bisschen später an, dann erklärt er auch ein bisschen was dazu und das kleine Programm, also die kleinere Variante, die werden wir Ihnen zeigen können, ansonsten haben wir einfach nicht genug Platz hier. My second question is, are you an international company? Are you only in Denmark, also in Germany or Europe or worldwide?
We are a company focusing worldwide. We manufacture in Denmark, but our focus is on a global reach. We have been collaborating with the French emergency agencies since 2005. We also have customers in UK, in Italy, in Slovenia, in Romania. We cover quite a few countries, and we are now focusing on bringing this on a global scale.
Perfect. Thank you very much for the first information. We want to show first of all a little movie, a little film. So, wir können den Film ab, wir können den Film mal zeigen. Bitte schön. Film kommt gleich, höre ich gerade. Oder kommt er schon? Ach so, okay, oh, it's a problem. We have no sound, but we can see the film.
Okay.
Maybe you can tell us something about what we see there.
To flooding.
No, not at the moment. Now we see our area. So, this is the movie.
$1 trillion a year.
Basically, by category, flooding.
Wait.
Is a natural phenomenon.
Sound.
But
It works.
damage and losses from floods are the consequence of human activity. Urbanization aggravates flooding by restricting where floodwaters can go. Around 2/3 of the rise in economic damages is directly attributable to socioeconomic growth, covering the earth with houses, roads and sidewalks, obstructing natural waterways and building drains that channel precipitation to rivers at rapid and unnatural speeds are all increasing the risk of flooding. Traditional emergency response, such as building barriers with sandbags, has been the standard course of action until now. But it has also proven inadequate for fighting floods. But there is a solution: the NoFloods barrier. By investing proactively in flood protection measures such as the NoFloods barrier, much of the damage and losses can be avoided. Our solution has been deployed successfully during flooding all over the world. Time and again, NoFloods barriers have successfully protected people, critical infrastructure and the environment. Environment Solutions offers the strongest, most efficient and flexible solution for temporary, large-scale flood protection: the NoFloods barrier. We have invested proactively in creating the world's most cost-effective solution for flood protection. The NoFloods barrier solutions are based on more than 15 years of experience in dealing with floods and natural disasters. The NoFloods barrier excels in its smart and logical approach. We fight water with water. In less than 6 hours, 4 men can deploy 1 kilometre of the NoFloods barrier, retaining up to 80 centimetres of water. Step 1, go to the desired deployment site. Step 2, position terminals and junctions and deploy tubes. Step 3, connect the tubes to the terminals and junctions and tighten the straps. Step 4, stabilize the tubes with air. Step 5, connect pumps and fill tubes with water while releasing air. In just 5 easy steps, you have a strong and dependable barrier to protect people, critical infrastructure and the environment. The NoFloods barriers by Environment Solutions are based on technology developed and tested in Denmark. The NoFloods barriers have passed several tests and earned multiple accreditations worldwide, addressing the needs of a progressively sophisticated client base. The NoFloods barrier solutions set a new standard and create new opportunities for flood protection worldwide. Failure to adapt and improve flood protection is no longer an option. The NoFloods barrier is the most efficient solution to prevent flooding disasters. The threat of floods is imminent, and the time to take action is now. Environment Solutions, preventing hydrometeorological disasters.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. What I'm going to do now is to explain a little bit about the system. Now you saw what we can do in live cases. Basically, we can tailor-make the solution, but the advantage is that we can have a lot of tubes on a very limited space. What we see here is a double terminal, and here we have single terminals. The solution can be extended by using a junction. If you come into hall 25, later on we can show you a junction showing how to prolong it. But basically what we have here is our smaller system, the twin tube 60, where we have each tube is 60 centimeter in diameter. Before we fill it with water, the weight is only 1 kilo. When it's filled with water, it's 560 kilos. The sections you see here are already prepared, so it means that we are ready to fill them with water and ready to fight floods. Once you fill it with water, you start to fight the floods. Very briefly, the double terminal here and the tubes are connected with some straps. In between here now we have 30 meters of tubes. It could be up to 200 meters. So this is the space 200 meters of flood barriers would take. You can have that in a small van. So it's extremely flexible. What we show you now is just how it would look like if we fill it with water. Unfortunately, we cannot get that amount of water right here, so we'll just use it with air. Okay. So what we do now is that we pull out the tubes. We'll do that manually, and as it's only 1 kilo per meter, you could do it by hand. But you would also be able to deploy it directly from a truck or from a van. In other situations, you can use a hydraulic winch to wind up, but also to lay it out. While we're bringing out the tubes, I'll just show you the 125, the bigger system, where the terminals are here. This system has a protection height of 80 centimeters. We've used it in different live cases in Hungary, going up to 95 centimeters, where we kept the water away from a gas terminal during 7 days. This is the standard system in France and also the most used system. The smaller system is very good for urban areas and cities since it's very flexible and it will take water height up till 40 centimeters. Here we only have the single terminal. We can also have it in twin terminals, as you see right there. And And if you have the need to extend it further, you can actually take a single tube to put on the 2 other tubes. It means that this system will go up to a protective height of 120 centimeters. The small one, the height will be increased from around 40 to around 55 centimeters. What we'll do now is just to start the air blower and fill up the tubes with air. Okay. Thank you. So the amount of time it takes to fill with air is actually comparable to the time it would take if you're using a high volume pump. Using a high volume pump, this would take about 2 minutes. If you're using the small portable pumps, it would take maybe something like 5 minutes. Talking about a 200-meter section, you can fill that in 5 minutes with a high volume pump, and about half an hour if you're using the small pumps. For the big system, the procedures are the same. It would take you about 5 minutes to connect the tubes to the terminals. And then it would take a few minutes to deploy the tubes. And then basically after that, it would only be the time of air filling or water filling. Okay, thank you. This system has been used in a number of live cases. Recently in Denmark, we deployed this during a storm. And the great advantage about this one is that when it's already filled with air, it cannot simply not move. Other systems they have the disadvantage that they may basically fly away. So this one, once it's stabilized, once we have a little bit water into it, it's stable. We're talking about 560 kilos per meter for the small system. For the big system, it's 2.4 tons. So the big system over there is going for 3.5 kilos once it's empty, till 2.5 tons. During the storm in Denmark, we have some pictures inside, and you maybe saw some here. We deployed 1,000 meters of tubes. In another case in Hungary, we had an emergency call out. We drove all the way from Denmark to the north of Budapest, deployed the barrier during the night. It took approximately 4 hours for 3 guys. And then we kept the water away for 6 days. In France, the system has been used both curative and preventive. It means that it has been used while there was water on the streets. Then you simply just deploy it. It will be in the surface of the water. And once you start to filling it, it will sink down, and you can then start to release the air. I'll just go to the end of the section and answer a few questions. Thanks.
Ja, erstmal prima. Vielleicht gibt es auch noch einen Applaus zum Abschluss. Doch, finde ich schon. Wenn ihr auch so lange hier arbeitet, es ist jetzt genau 18 Uhr. Es ist Messeschluss und bis zum Schluss noch gearbeitet. Thank you very much for the first information. My question is, How are you here at the fairground, so where I can find you when some new questions are for you?
We will be inside at Hall 25.
25, yeah?
Booth,
Here?
exactly, and
Yeah.
booth 24, F24.
F24, da kann man sie also finden. Und another question is it a good place here to produce to show your products? Are you happy with the Interschutz?
Our Interschutz has been fantastic. It has been a good place to meet colleagues from the industry, some of our distributors, and also customers. So it has so far been very valuable, and we would appreciate any questions from the customer.
Perfect. Thank you very much for the information for the show. And yes, see you, I hope, the next days here on the Interschutz. Yeah? Thank you very much. Good evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Vielen Dank.